Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So today we are going to learn about field symbols in SAP ABAP program. So field symbols in SAP ABAP are basically a placeholder for existing data objects, and it allows us for dynamic memory allocation and data manipulation. Field symbol enables you for dynamic access of data objects, and it enables you to access data object whose name attributes you know only at runtime. The field symbols have to be declared before they are assigned to data objects. And field symbols start basically with your less than and ends with your greater than uh, key, which you can find. And field symbol, for example, there is a field like fs underscore field 1, which is your type any. And then there is an example field 2 type any table. So it can be any. For example, it is for character 10, fill symbol this, and then we will be discussing about like fill symbol static and dynamic assignment, and then we will be seeing some assign and unassign fill symbol, how we can do it at program level. So let's go to our demo program and see some fill symbol in detail. Go to change mode and let's uh, quickly go to below and let's try here fill symbols. So for example, let's create some field symbol. Before that, create some variable. For example, it will be name, type, string, value, and give it any name like, for example, John. And another variable you can give like data lv underscore index, type I, value any value you can give, for example 1, and now create a fill symbol. So this is how you can create like in type fill, then you can even press tab and write complete one fill symbols, and then colon if you want to create multiple fill symbols, and if not then you can even give it a simple without colon. So this is how you can create fill symbol. For example, give the greater than less than sign, and then fs, for example, I'm taking as a its naming convention as a fs for fill symbol, fs underscore name type. I will be giving it a generic one, so type any, for example. Let's do the pretty printer and see whether it is correct or not. Do the syntax check. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's perfectly fine. Now try to now what we will be seeing, now we will be trying to assign some fields to this field symbol, assign this variable to this field symbol. So let's see how we can do. You need to type assign and then lv underscore name, the variable that we declared, to our field symbol. So that way, this way you can type it, for example, and do control space if you are not much right. So just select it and this. So here fs name will now get the value of lv name here. You can do the pretty printer if you want and then save it. And now what we will be doing, we will be assign this field symbol some another value like fs name is equals to some name like, for example, ram you can say, and then we will be writing it on the output level. For example, lv underscore name as well as fs underscore name. So let's see what happens at the output level. Pretty printer, do the syntax check, try to activate it, and let's set breakpoint here as its executable line, and now execute it. It will open your debugging mode, and let's see. So we have declared field symbol. As of now, you will see like it is not yet assigned. So that is why we are not able even to double click on that. Like we can double click on variable, like it is already started reflecting here. So as it's not assigned, you will not even be able to check what it is inside. So once you do F5 here and execute this step, let's see. Yeah, you are able to do. And now if you double click on this, you will be able to then. And now you can see the value assigned to fs name field symbol, like what we are having in John. And now we are trying to fill this field symbol value. Let's see, do F5. Yeah. So did you notice, like when I press the fs field symbol in F5, did F5 here, it also updated the lv underscore name here. If you see, earlier it was John here. So it also updated the lv underscore name variable as well, because it is now referencing to our field symbol. So that is why it has also updated it. So that is why it is also updating the lv underscore name here. And if we print on the output screen, do the control F. So yeah, you will be able to see like ram here. So this is how your field symbol works. Or let's just say in the output, right, field symbol output to understand better. And just give it some another space and try to activate it. Now directly execute it this time. You will see ram two times, because it already updated this variable as well. So as of now, just remove it. We understand it, how it is working, activate it. And now what I will be doing, now I will be assigning the index lv underscore index here to this field symbol now. So lv underscore index to fs underscore name, for example, or you can give any name as you want. So fs name now refers to lv underscore index. If you we will see in the output. So if I just add some value here, add 1 to fs underscore name. So now what will happen, as it's already having value 1, and now it will append 1 as well in this field symbol. So in the output you can see it will change to uh, as a 2 its value. So just write it again. Now it will print your output as well. Just write, give a space here, multiple spaces and blank lines and pretty printer, and then activate it. So let's put a breakpoint here this time and try to execute. So as of now, it is having a value ram, and let's see, lv index is value 1. Now if I do F5, fs name will be having 1 value as we have assigned this, right? And now try to increment this fs name here by 1, do F5. So it has already updated this field as well as the field symbol. And now on the output screen, if you go, we will be seeing value as 2 here, as you can see. So this is how the field symbol works at the program level, and as well as you can assign or reassign a field symbol to data objects. For example, if the field symbol specified type does not match with the assigned data object type, a syntax error or runtime error is triggered. And if this assignment is successful, the system field size of RC is set to 0 or else set to non-zero. So assign is the keyword here to assign data objects of field symbol. And if your structured data object is not static, suppose, that is you do not know it until runtime. So you can access its fields or component with another variation of assign statement. For example, yeah, for example, I'm taking this, I will be writing this on a comment section. So I will be just giving a reference. So example, assign, if it's not a static, right? So assign, then you can write it as here like assign component, or just remove this, so you will get to see what are the keywords or what are the different parts. So assign component, and then any component name can be here, for example, component 1, and then of structure you need to write, and then here you will be passing the structure name. For example, let me remove this insert. So for example, you can pass here structure like struct underscore name, and then what you need to write here, to fill symbol, and then fill symbol name, fill underscore name, or what I will just write it here as this, to fill symbol, and just close it here only. Yeah, this way. So you need to write somehow like this statement only if your structure data object is not static. So let me also show you some example. For example, if you have any structure, let me comment this statement and write assign component. For example, we have some like a field metana. Suppose in our dynamic structure metana of structure, and then we have some work area, dynamic work area sort of. So from that you want to assign the metana field of that structure to your field symbol. To your field symbol. So you can do it like this. Example metana or say. Then you can utilize this newly assigned metana at below for writing your output. For example, like this. So this is how you can assign your dynamic or dynamic structure component to any field symbol, and then you can further utilize it. So let me just comment it here and see what do we have further. So let's comment it out, or you have understood it, right? So let's go to the next topic of today. So similarly, as we are assigning, we can even unassign our field symbol example. For example, unassign, you can need to write statement, and then you need to pass your field symbol value. For example, if it's underscore name. So this way you can even unassign it. Similarly, you can check whether the field symbol is assigned or not. So for that you can write it like this: if fs underscore name is assigned. So that way you can use an if condition as well uh, along with the field symbol. So this is how you can do assign, unassign, and then even the if condition with your assign statement. So this is how you do it. Similarly, now see the use of field symbol in work area. So let me just comment it down and just save it and just see. Just scroll it above. If you remember in the last videos, we learned about how we are updating, right? How we are utilizing. So for example, you have some data at lt underscore structure internal table. Let's see here what we have, and let me comment this thing as we have understood it correctly, right? So let me just comment this part from here, or what we can do, we can directly write here our new code, right? So let's see. For example, you have a loop here, loop and internal table, and then lt underscore str. So at this place you can also assign your field symbol without declaring any at the top level. So you can write statement like assigning field symbol, and then you can provide your field symbol name here, fs underscore name, or you can provide anything, fs underscore str, for example. So now, without using even modify statement like we did earlier, for example, using this, we have tried to update our internal table. So now we even don't need it. We can directly update it using the field symbol. So it will automatically reference your field and will update this your internal table. Or let's see, for example, you have data like this, right? Like J, and then Poirner is there, then John is there, then Ram is there. For example, I want to update an email ID with common email ID at every place. So what I will do, I will just use this field only here. Example, take a reference of this field, reference fs underscore str, close this, and then put hyphen, and then you can do control space as well. So select the jet email ID from here, and then pass it some generic email ID, for example, common underscore ID at the rate xyz.com. That's it. So if I just save it and try to do pretty printer and then syntax check, you will see it will be activated successfully. Yeah. And now what I will be doing, will put a breakpoint here to understand it more. So execute now. Yeah, debugging mode is open. Now double click on this. You have three records, and then with the email ID, different email IDs. Now we now try to update the email underscore ID field with the common email ID. So without using modify statement, you can update your internal table using fill symbol statement. Let's do F5 here and see what value do we have currently. J at the abc.com, because it's started from the first row. You can even check it here, site tab x value, if you want to understand it more detail. So the first iteration is there. So now what it will do, it will just update here. And as soon as you see it's executed this statement, you will be able to see in the internal table that it has updated at here as well without even using the modify statement. So that basically reduces your performance time and increases your code efficiency. So that is why you should use fill symbol wherever possible. So now again I do F5 as we have three records, so it will update at three places. Now again do F5 and then loop will finish. So if you see here LT underscore str, everywhere the ID is updated common without using even modify statement. Now let's execute it, and this is how your fill symbol works. So today we learned about how we can assign field symbols, how we can declare field symbols, and how we can assign and unassign them, and as well as how we can do the assignment of dynamic components where we have a dynamic variable of work areas, how we can unassign, and as well as how we can put if condition along with the field symbol to check whether it is assigned or unassigned. So I hope you like this video. Please stay tuned for upcoming videos. Thank you.